What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is a safe space for uncensored uncensored opinions. We speak our mind, but we're all friends of the Den, so even if you agree, disagree, or however you may feel, we will always keep it real. So here's the deal, man. Tonight we're going to be talking about online dating, the pros and cons of online dating. Actually, let me take this off because got all this extra shit on me, all that shit. Putting on the wrong thing. And we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of online dating. And so, before we get into that, before we talk about any of that, we're going to talk about what's a little bit more important than online dates, and that is the amigos a la den, the friends in the den. Who do we have joining us? We got White Persuasion, we got Wink in the mix, we got DeMarcus, we got Man Up, what's the motherfucking deal? Eastside Hero, the Baker Man, yes sir, Felon Time, just for the fuckery, yes, yes. Heidi Klein Dentist, Tigers and Coffee, I don't even know how that works. Wise, what's the motherfucking deal? Always good, always good. Anthony Bailey, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Solis in the mix already. Okay, it's going down. You dead playing full court for an hour? You better than me, man. I probably couldn't even give it a solid 15 and a half court. I'm like, look, I need a timeout. I need a sub. Man, you fuck with the American Horror Story? I never watched it. My old lady be watching it. I ain't never watched it. Might have to check it out. She said some of them are good. I know that the different seasons are different. I have to check that out. I haven't. I've yet to see it. So I've heard different opinions. I heard some of them were good, some of them were bad. I heard the first couple seasons were good, and they said it got a little throwed off. I might have to take a look into it. You know what I'm saying? Look, everybody co-signed on it. Okay, because I know, like, I think she was watching it on Netflix. And catch up, because they got all the seasons and shit like that on Netflix. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So here's the deal, man. We're going to talk about online dating tonight. And I got to make sure I finish chopping that up. Okay, that's the rest of those damn calls. Let me get those live for y'all. Do some very interesting calls and we'll post on the gram so y'all can check out. But online dating, man. No, hidden is, yeah, hidden is like you can't come back until I pull the trigger or some shit like that. So again, I figure if y'all had a reason to hide them, it must have been a good reason. So my thing is this, or maybe you know, whenever you get hidden, you have to file an appeal. that might be the look. Might have to, if you get hidden, then you got to file an appeal to yeah. Black Mirror is legit. I fuck with Black Mirror. I'm waiting for this new season of Black Mirror to come out. I think they said in December it's supposed to come out, and they're gonna do a choose your own adventure one. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to see. I don't know, man. I fuck with the Black Mirrors. I saw them hoes was live. I have to see. I have to watch to give an honest comparison. But again, I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Honestly, I think I did see a little bit of one of them that she was watching, and it had something to do with like a witch, and she killed somebody and some other shit. At Black Mirror, though, see, the thing about Black Mirror, it's all based around like technology for the most part. That's what makes it so. That's what makes Black Mirror so dope, is because it's about technology. Like, but the fucked up part about it, it's like technology that low key exists right now. You know. And some in the near future type shit, and it's like the Twilight Zone meets modern technology, and that shit, to me, some of that shit is dope. Man, I don't care what nobody says. That fucking Metalhead, the one with the fucking yeah, the one with the little fucking metal dog. You know what I'm saying? The little fucking metal dog is crazy because that shit exists. You see what's that place, Boston Robotics or something like that, where they always had, they created little robotic snakes that climb up the shit. and they have the fucking robotic dogs that open doors. They got the fucking, basically the robot that be jumping, doing parkour and shit. Some of that shit, man, I'm telling you, check that. It's got some very interesting, and it's like some of them, they use technology and they present these moral dilemmas, and it gets very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you can't let it just because it's based in the UK. You know, don't let that stop you from it. But it's some good shit. You know, sometimes I like seeing some of that foreign shit. Makes it seem more intelligent. You know, the British people are tossers. But here's the trilemma. Is this a dilemma? Trilemma? I don't know. It's all crazy. Oh, so a dilemma is just two options. So what a quadrilemma? Is there one of those? Quadlemma? 4 options maybe? That whole Queen property. But let's talk about some online dating. See, that's the topic you can have on online dating. Your online dating profile, you can put that you like American Horror Story, and Black Mirror and shit. But we're gonna talk about online dating, man, and I'm going to talk about where it was and where it is now. Oh, now you've gone too far, Heidi. Now 5 options, that's too much. That's like Hey Mine with all the damn jobs. American Gods, never seen it. Like I say, it's like I rarely watch fucking shit. And if I do, it's generally cartoons, just because you can do so much shit with cartoons that you normally can't. I just finished up the 2nd season of Big Mouth. That shit was fucking funny. It gets a little suspect, but it's funny as shit. It's funny because it is. The fucking hormone monster shit is fucking hilarious. But here's the deal. What's up, Devontae? What's the motherfucking deal? Rock is we're looking ass tonight, but I think a couple of factors whenever we'll talk sports tomorrow, so I'll get in that tomorrow. Or I may post some stuff later on in the Facebook group tonight, in the Saw Sports Facebook group, about my thoughts on this game. But my thing is this, man, that fucking Astros fans getting fucking overly excited, fucking costing motherfuckers the game. They should be banned from the ballpark. Okay, now we're going to talk about online dating. So online dating, that's why I can't be fucked with y'all. Let me get back to what I was talking about. Online dating, where it started to how it's gotten to where it is. You know, I think back to the days, we talk about this off. Some of y'all youngsters don't know about this. They probably like, what the fuck is AOL? I'm talking about back in the days of AOL, back in the days of Yahoo Messenger. Y'all don't know anything about that. And I'm sure that, there were online dating services prior to then. But I feel like that's where a lot of it got going. ASL, age, sex, location, race, pick, ASLRP, those type of things. But nowadays you have options. You have so many options. You have segregated online date. You have J-Date, only for Jewish people. You got Farmers Only, which I think is just a low-key dating site for white people. It's like, there ain't no goddamn Negro farmers. Fucking ganja farmers. Yeah, Farmers Only. And that's odd. I'm glad you mentioned newspapers in the personal section, because I think that's weirder than any online dating. But Carmelo shows up. Black Planet was very interesting too. But did Black Planet intend to be a dating service, or were they just a thing? 'Cause I can't lie, they definitely got some hookups off of Black Planet. And that's my thing. And I think a lot of these social sites, niggas with intentions are automatically going to find a way to get what they want out of them. That damn Black Planet. Anyway, Black Planet at U of H was legit. But like I say, nowadays, back then it was when, how you're a weirdo, you're strange, you dating online. Look, tagged is thought central. That's where that's the thotty spot. But the thing about it is, back then, back in the day, back when I was in high school, the internet was coming along. That's when you were still getting the free AOL discs, and you getting the motherfucking yeah, because the thing about it, like, here's the thing. When you were doing it back then, you were either going to catch a a quality chick, or you gonna catch you a BBW who was hiding her face? We're gonna talk about all that as we get into talking about these things. But you know, you had limited options back then, and then as it progressed, as it became more and more acceptable, let's say what, like now 40-50% of people use online dating, or dating have used services. You got the Plenty of Fishes, you have the Zeus, you have Match.com, you have eHarmonies, you have, I mean, you just have a a plethora of choices depending on what it is you're looking for. Each one kind of has its own angle. You have Adult Friend Finder, if you're into that kind of thing. You have the Tinders now, and the Bumbles and the stuff like that. Bumble's. I don't even know what Bumble is. I've heard about it though. I've heard Bumble is supposed to be like different. Like the women get the choice or something like that, or something of that sort. But you know, the thing about online dating, it kind of did what everything else with technology does now, and that is make things more convenient, more accessible. You know, as opposed to going to the store and looking through clothes and looking through items, you know, now you go online and you go to Amazon, you find everything you need, it's sent straight to you. It's kind of the same situation with online dating, you know, because when you go out in public, it's hit or miss. You see a chick, you're going to go based off looks, and you're going to be attracted to looks or whatever it may be, and you're going to holler at her, you know, and you kind of hit or miss. You know, you depending on the situation, depending on where it is, depending on, you know, if it's at a public venue, a library, a park, a store, a courthouse, if you will. You know, motherfuckers gonna get it in wherever they can, a club or whatever. You know, it differs, and you know, depending on where they're at and what their intentions are, you may have, you know, different outcomes. But online dating, you know, you're not taking the risk. Or it's not the risk, but I think that you understand that for the most part, she has intentions that she's looking for someone, or if you're a woman, vice versa, that it's a person that's looking for someone. And so you're not, you know, kind of rolling the dice for it to hit you with the, oh, well, I got a boyfriend. Oh, bitch, you on a dating site. The fuck you got a boyfriend for, you dirty hoe? But no, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that some of the situations are kind of streamlined, because I think there's a mutual understanding when you see someone on a dating site. Now, you have to understand, and it is, the quality of dating site is the quality of person that you're going to come across generally. Give me 1 second. I almost had to sneeze there. Take yelling outer space. But, you know, if you get a free site, then expect to deal with a bunch of shenanigans. If you're paying for something, you're probably going to find somebody who's a bit more serious, or you're going to find a chick who just wants a lot of attention. Now, the pros and the cons. Now, let's start off with the pros of online dating. You can browse, you can refine your search, you can find specific people that you're looking for. So that way, again, you're not dealing with a lot of the stupidity. You're not dealing with a lot of the extra bullshit. You're going to find someone. Now, whether or not they may like you, that's a different story, but you'll be able to find people, as opposed to dealing with everyday life. It's just completely random. Or you may only have that one opportunity that person is passing you by, and life can have a way of preventing certain things from happening. That's what we used to say at U of H. You know, hey, look, if you see a chick, you better holler it in, because you're not guaranteed to see her again, because it is a commuter campus. So that's just something. Life has a way of doing that in business and whatever it may be. And the funny thing is, I know motherfuckers who end up hooking up. I know motherfuckers who end up hooking up from a phone conversation, because it was a chick, she worked customer service back in the Gap at Sprint. I want to say it was Sprint. And the dude was just talking to her, and she was a desperate chick. But, you know, dude was from Atlanta, and she was from somewhere else, but she lived here in the city. And they basically he ended up coming to the city. They ended up getting hooked up for a while. And over a phone conversation. I had no idea what she looked like or nothing. That's because he liked the voice. But that's neither here nor there. That's not online dating. That's customer service dating. That's a whole different league. But again, you get pictures, and you're hoping that the pictures are real because there are catfish out there. That's definitely one of the cons and things, You can kind of get an understanding of people, hopefully, by their profile. If their spelling is bad and they don't really have a lot going on, you can tell if they're boring or not. You can tell if they're worth your attention. You can tell if they're on there looking just for a fuck, if they're looking for something long term. You can understand the intentions of a person by, dealing with their online profile. It allows you to have a couple of conversations before meeting up. It gives you that barrier. Bitch might be a fucking stalker, or you may, if you're a female dude, might be the same, vice versa. So I think it gives you a slight level of security, and so you have to deal with that whole thing. And so, that my broad profile be funny as fuck. That what you have to do is you just got to be careful. But again, so if you go from that point and you do decide to take it offline, you have an understanding before you do meet this person. And then kind of what happens at that point, I think it's no longer online dating. I think at that point, it becomes, real world dating. I think you kind of take it away from that. But I still think people who date online before they get really serious, they do a lot of communication still via online, probably more than so on the telephone. So I think that is a little bit weird. Did I get your Jaybird account? I don't know. I probably did or didn't. I don't know. I have no idea. I have to look and see who all got the band hammers. But then again, what you have is, then you have the variety again. We talked about the different levels, the different types. If you're looking for a specific thing, you have the different variations of dating sites. But now what people have done is, again, kind of like how Black Planet was, kind of how I'm sure they did on MySpace, and I'm sure motherfuckers will still be doing on Facebook. You got the Instagrams and the Twitters, and motherfuckers will holler anywhere they see a picture of a female. Anything now is open game for online dating. And that's what we're going to get into the cons when we talk about that. I'm glad you mentioned that, Wise. And so a lot of the suspect stuff, though, happens on the ground because, hoes act like they ain't dating, but they somehow taking all these Insta trips and all this other stuff, posing with the old sugar daddies, but you never see those pictures online. Anyway, let's get to the cons of online dating. And some of the cons of online dating, there are many. Again, the biggest one, the catfishing. People using old pictures, using pictures of other people. People make a living scamming people with that. I mean, literally. I remember that used to be when the Africans was going from the 419 scam or whatever it was called. They went from being African princes and African lotteries to now they start acting like Englishmen and shit like that, doing all that other shit. And so there's a lot of tomfoolery that goes on with the scamming, these Russian dating sites. I saw a thing where these guys basically spent a lot of fucking money to talk to these Russian women or whatever. And basically it had to be a big scam, but they would take them, they'd bring them over, and they'd have these little meetups to meet the woman, supposedly that whoever it was that they were talking to. But they'd have to pay a lot of money, like $10,000-$15,000, for the trip and for the meetup to go to the thing. These motherfuckers bringing gifts, and then to communicate, because these women spoke a different language, they used this email service, which you would think it would be simpler to just, hey, why can't I Google Translate this shit? But they use an email service, and where the people would translate the messages for them, so they had to pay per email. You know what I mean? Man, that's super funny you said about the Russian girls, because It was a Russian, like one of the pictures, and she had a fucking squid stuck to her ass, and she was swimming. That was weird. But you know, there's a lot of scams and shit that goes on with the online dating, so you got to be careful with that. Another deal with the online dating, you know, and they may not necessarily catfish you, but it is easy for people to lie and fabricate about themselves online prior to meeting. And I think what happens with that a lot is, you know, you're having these virtual conversations. I think it's always better to either have a phone call or a face-to-face meet, you know, depending on how you meet it, or how you met, as opposed to writing back and forth, because you can do a lot of filtering that way. But, you know, again, there's a lot of fabrication, a lot of falsifying, a lot of lies. You deal with people who are in the online dating world really just for the attention, just to be able to deal with a bunch of motherfuckers, just to have some attention, because they're not getting that attention in real life. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know as fuck, but I keep the online push with me. You know, I think you capitalize on every arena you can get. I mean, if you get you some online action, shit, get you some offline action, get you some action. That's that's how it goes. Shit, fuck it, get you some action, man. So my thing is, but yeah, there's a different vibe for it in person, because then you can realize how stupid a motherfucker is up real quick and just realize, okay, I don't want to deal with this motherfucker. They may look good, but they dumb as a box of bricks. Yeah, you better not say that. Why? They got on my ass for saying a long time ago that I was, you know, I participated in some consensual married action, and they're, oh, shame on you, Honcho. They shamed me. They married woman shamed me. So that's that's not right. But again, like I say, with online dating, there's so many things you have to look out for. There's danger. You know, people can play a certain role, and it's not even that they're fabricating, but they play a role, and everything they can say about themselves be true, but they could be hiding a part of themselves. And I think it's certain things that you only see in person. You have motherfuckers, they're killers, they're psychotic. So especially when you're doing an online date thing, don't take them home. Take them to a hotel or do whatever else it is. And I'm not saying what you're saying is false, but I'm just saying. But when you're doing the online dating, you have to be very cautious, because you don't know these people. And again, just like trolls on the internet, you've got trolls in the dating world, but they may not realize it. But again, I think the thing is, though, it's just the sifting through all of the bullshit. And again, you do find a lot of motherfuckers on there who are ready to fix their life with you, you know, because they've done all the tomfoolery, all the dumb shit. All right, power. And then now they want to, you know, what's the chick? Nala, whatever. Anyala, something like that. They want to play fix my life with you, you know, when you may be just looking for some type of hookup. Now, see, I was on the first date on a boat on Craigslist. Yeah, Craigslist isn't technically a dating site. That's get you kidnapped. There's a lot of things. Your first date probably shouldn't be from Craigslist if you're calling it a date. I mean, well, some people call those kind of things a date. It's not necessarily a date, but it is what it is. But yeah, Craigslist wouldn't be the option to pursue if that's the case. Second, yeah, definitely don't want to be on a boat. It's easy to lose things on a boat, if you want to put it like that. But you know, comparing online dating to real dating, you know, meeting someone, I think there is a different level of thrill. I think the thing with online dating is just because, you know, you can copy paste, you can, you know, just make it simple. I think those guys who may not have that same level of confidence in real life, it gives you the ability to build up your game. It gives you the ability to, you know, manipulate your story. It gives you the ability to kind of twist things around that, you may be nervous saying in person. You may not be able to say up front. So again, there are pros for certain people. There are cons for other people, because, you know, some motherfuckers don't feel like doing all that typing and texting and all this back and forth and reading your goddamn life story. Some people, where the offer up hoes at. But I wonder, that's probably next. Probably over the back page hoes went to, like, fuck it, we're gonna go to offer up. But again, so I think that there are better platforms for certain people. Everybody's not Black Dynamite. So my thing is, though, you have to have a little bit of confidence in yourself, period. Because again, when you can do all that macking and acting online, and then it comes down to the real deal, and then you are not who you played yourself to be or who you created in that online persona, you end up exposing yourself. And again, so all the work that you did, listen to all the bullshit, could easily be thrown out of the window. I think a lot of motherfuckers, what you get to with the online dating is when you get to dealing with certain broads, especially if you look a particular way, or, you know, certain things, motherfuckers start getting into they start stereotyping, because you'd be surprised motherfuckers who just do some of the lamest shit when it comes to the online dating conversation. And it's not hard to have a conversation in real life or online or whatever it may be. But you'll be surprised some of the wild or the stupid shit, or motherfucker because they expect, just because you say something nice to a broad, that, you know, she's supposed to drop her panties for you. It doesn't quite work like that. And they get upset. Hey, beautiful, you know, oh, why aren't you answering me? And you know, it could be just a few minutes apart. Like, motherfuckers get so desperate, they have like these expectations. And because that doesn't happen, they get upset and start cursing the bitch out. Like, oh, that's unnecessary. That's a waste of energy. If the bitch ain't vibing with you, move on. Just don't waste your time arguing with the bitch. Now, if she try to cap or something, then you go and level that hoe, and then you keep it pushing. But, you know, my thing is this. Honestly, explore your options. If you have the ability to, you know, if you're more of a natural in real life, then go that route. If you are a little bit intimidated and you got to work on yourself, you're lacking a little bit of the confidence, then, you know, maybe you have to take the online route. Or maybe you want more options. Maybe you want a selection that's not necessarily available in your. I think online dating is great for people who live in small towns. Tuesday bowling half off. Yeah, if the bitch can't bowl, she out of control. But I think it's good for those people who have limited options. Again, if you're from a small town where, excuse me, you know, everybody done been around the block and everybody done been with everybody and shit like that, and you want some diversity, then hey, you know, maybe online dating is a good deal for you. If you're a person who doesn't have a lot of time, you know, you say it's crazy to me that dudes with arguing with females with their millions. Yeah, man, there's no point in wasting no time with an argument. Like, well, instead of arguing with you, I'm gonna be replying to the other replies I got back. Like, okay, you looking for somebody to argue with? You ain't finna get no energy with me. You know, you'll be surprised though. You'll really be surprised, but that's another story for another place and another time, or later in the den. But again, you know, online dating it's a weird thing. Now, dating versus hookups, because there have been times that, you know, you have a slight conversation and you get some action in the same situation. Like, sometimes it can be a little bit more convenient. You know, bras are thirsty too, so don't ever. Incelsmeet.com, $1 million idea. Incels meet low self-esteem hookers. But, you know, I think it's just changed up a little bit. And like I said, I don't blame bitches for being frustrated or annoyed, because, you know, you post any kind of picture, you're going to have 1,000 do like, you know, something that bothers the fuck out of me. It bothers the fuck out of me that I notice. You know, sometimes when I'm just looking, you know, checking out different Texans posts and stuff on Twitter while I'm on the shitter. And I see dudes who sit there and flirt with the damn Texans cheerleaders. Those people bother me. I hope you're having a good day, beautiful. I hope you're having a wonderful day, lovely. And just these lame ass antics and tactics that these motherfuckers implement. Like, you really think because you're wearing a fucking Texans jersey, like this bitch is finna give you some play or something? Like, what are you really? Oh man, oh my god, I don't even start about. Look, why? Let me not get started. That's the conversation we gonna have at another time, man. Man, we could. That's a whole conversation. We go, man. They definitely do. All I will say that is yes, they do. I'm not even gonna go into my thoughts on that whole situation specifically. But little baby, little Debbie, that's what we're talking about. That's all you need to be concerned with. But you know, my thing is, you got to realize when you're looking like a fucking lame in real life or online dating. You have to realize when you looking really pathetic. You know what I mean? You got to realize when, even as a female, you're looking desperate, you're looking thirsty, when you're just overdoing some anything for some attention. Again, when it comes to online dating, you have to understand a few things too. As a man, there's a few rules that you have to understand. You got to learn about the picture game. Okay? You got to learn about the picture game. Now, we've talked about the big girl shots. We've talked about the big girl picture pose. So you should know that by now. You should know that by now about the angles. And if you don't know the angles game, then you need to get off the internet or don't be on any sites trying to date until you become fully aware of the BBW angle game. Big beautiful circles. Wow. Anyway, the BBW angle game, if you're not aware, is if you see a woman's profile and they only have shots of their upper body, usually cleavage and above, then you have to be careful. You know what I mean? Because they're generally of the fab persuasion. Because BBWs really don't be tripping. They know they got a little put. Niggas still gonna show them love. But if a bitch only got angles that show her cleavage and up, it's a fab. Okay? If you go through her shit and she don't, so I mean, I'm not saying they all have to be selfies though, but people fucking go out. People take pictures with friends. You know, you have to look at the profile pictures, because if there's no pictures where they're associating with other people and they don't have a group of friends, these people could be kind of sketchy. You know, if they don't have pictures of them out and about. Now, I'm not saying that if every picture got them out, then the bitch might be a lush. She might be a motherfucking party animal. Like, you have to look for the subtle things. You know what I'm saying? Fat chick angle's a real thing. Yeah, that's all it is, man. But here's the thing. You quit defending these women, Heidi. But I'm not saying every picture doesn't have to be a group photo. You can, if there should be a variety. You should hope to see a variety in the photos. Some photos outdoors, some photos, you know, possibly at home. Some photos, you know, in the sunlight, so you know they're not vampires. Photos, you know, maybe in a more social environment. You know, close-up photos, full-length photos. There should be a variety. If it's only one type of photo and it only looks like it's from one day, that bitch probably got dressed up that one fucking day. It took all her photos that day, and so that's all she fucking using. You know, to brand her. She probably looked like goat meat. the other 364 days out of the year. You know what I mean? So you got to figure that out. Yeah, now if she got photos flossing, then you got to be concerned. They definitely want to be worried. Yeah, if it's big titties up, if you just see, wow, that bitch got some big ass titties, but all of her photos are from the cleavage up. She's a fab, and if it's just the face up, then she's a big girl with no titties, and that's always an interesting, weird situation. I don't ever know how that happens, but you know, yeah, they motherfuckers be, you know, look, you got phones nowadays that have timers, they have apps for all kinds of situations. If you got time to take a selfie, then you have time to set your phone to where you can take a full body photo. So the fact that, you know, just saying taking a selfie, that's what selfie sticks are for. All of these things, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't lying. I don't even want to talk about waist trainers and shit. Like, but we gonna talk about it. But you know what I mean? You have to realize there's like a game to it. Now, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you about dudes. I don't know how to identify a short dude. Maybe you need to, again, maybe as women, you need to see the same thing. Like, motherfucker need to be out and about, hopefully at a familiar landmark, so you can compare. You can make a comparison. Okay, that motherfucker is not tall enough to ride that ride. Can't fuck with that motherfucker. So I don't know. You see the girl make herself smaller. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it needs to be the same motherfuckers talking about they want a real man. They want you to keep it real and all this other shit. But then if you meet a bitch in person, she don't look nothing like the photo, you're the bad guy because, oh, you're just being judgmental for look. No, bitch, you're a fucking liar. That's what that is. And so this relationship has started off on a shaky foundation. We can go no further because, oh, I don't blame you, Anthony, man. Shit, dude, look, I don't blame you, you know. Look, you know, just because you're located don't mean that's what you want. You know, sometimes it's just, you know, you gotta venture out. And that's why I say that online dating can be a thing. You know, hey, maybe you can see people from a different area. You say all the girls that make up with areas like, little baby, you probably like them aliens. You say the whole up. You say he's 5'9", you 5'4". Guys at 2 inches to their height. No, I don't think so. But my thing is this, you know. I'm taking in front of you, saying no guys upset. But yeah, I know some man. Man, my partner used to do that. My nigga was short, man. He used to say he was a couple inches taller than he was. But you know what I'm saying? He wasn't quite that he wasn't quite that tall, man. So my thing is, you know, again, I don't know how I can't really give the ladies the good advice. All I can do is share the same tips. You know, you need to see a variety of photos. If he's out and about, you know, shows that he's social. I think with a man though, for women, my advice would be that he should probably, it helps, I would think, if he had photos with other women. Now, even if you're a jealous type, but I think that shows that women are okay being around him. Now, you'd have to check and gauge their expressions now and their body language. If he's forcing a hug or some shit on him just to show that he's around other women, you can generally tell if that's wanted contact or unwanted contact. But say, why would you want to even meet in person? You know damn well. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, like, people do that. I guess, you know, some people feel as long as I can get the opportunity, I can work around everything else. And so I think that's what it is. You feel like, need a mugshot to know your real height. Look, let me see what we can dig out. Say, yeah, motherfuckers do be telling tall tales, you know. Really telling tall tales. You go, hey, bitch, what kind of bra size you wear? You know what I'm saying? Bitch be talking about she a motherfucking C cup, D cup. She be stuffing that shit. That bitch says a B at best. with a push-up bra. Nah, but and that's something you got to watch out too for, man. Push-up bras. Like, look, you ain't got to do all that extra shit, man. Look, just be you. Because that's one I've never quite understood. Like, the unfilled fucking push-up bras. like push-up bra be having breathing room and shit in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, they storing extra shit in that bitch. That bitch like a pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like what's really going on with that? So it's really a very interesting situation. If she got D cup, she thick. Yeah, you know, maybe, possibly, maybe not. I don't know. You don't really got too many skinny women that just have, unless they are augmented, you know, that have that type of breastial girth. I don't know what you call it. I'm just making some shit up. So it wouldn't be infatuated height. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's the thing. Like a bitch can say she don't fuck with a dude because of his height, but if he said you don't fuck with a bitch because of her weight, which is something that can be controlled. Height is not something that you can control. But because you say, hey, I don't, you can say I don't fuck with big bitches. You're a dog, you're a pig, you're trash. But a bitch say I don't fuck with short niggas. Oh, well, she just has taste. That's just her preference. So it's super funny. It's super funny how these double standards work. Double standards are shitty. Nobody wins with double standards. So I think that's a thing. Because I don't think men give a fuck about women's height unless they're just freakishly tall and taller than them. Then I think it becomes it poses a problem. You know what it is. But yeah, I mean that's my thing though. If like a man can't speak on something that you can control, and he's a dog, he's a pig, he's that. But it's okay for women again to speak on something you can't control. You have no, you know, man can't help if he's fucking 5'5", you know. He's 5'5" and all the way live. Give that man a chance. But I think honestly, all of that stuff being said, like you can say these things, but I think a motherfucker with the right game can overcome anything. But you just have to have that level of confidence. If you don't have the confidence, then you're just not gonna win. Point blank, period. So it is what it is. So you got shot at abroad when you 6'5" in Colorado. Man, I told you about that motherfucker when I was in college, the old fucking basketball bitch. I don't know if I'm trying to smash this hoe or dunk on this hoe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure it all out. I'm like, you know, one second I'm trying to, you know, get some action. Second I'm trying to post her ass up. You know, I'm like, I don't even know really. You know? But it's a crazy situation, man. That, man, a matter of fact, that when you say that I don't even know why this fucking thing came up. But you know what? The first time I ever saw some suspect ass shit, I guess what you would call trannies or whatever. It was on Black Folks Day at the rodeo. The fucking Houston rodeo. I don't know why this memory just came back, because I think when he said that's a man, and it just made me laugh. Because I remember this shit because it was a school little field trip thing. I want to say it was like when LL or somebody was there. And there's a whole other side story to go with that, but we ain't finna get into that right now. But I was in line trying to get something to fucking eat, and I forgot who was with me. And I fucking looked to my left, and it just came out. It's a bald-headed motherfucker. Motherfucker was like my height in some motherfucking high heels. Astro's looking bad. They gotta get back to cheating. In some fucking high heels that were like a blouse on and shit. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on right now? And I was just like, man, I almost didn't want to get whatever I was finna get. I was finna get some food. But then, little do I realize, like 2 people ahead of me, it's a fucking other one. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on at the goddamn rodeo? You know? There's some real suspect shit going on. A lot of culprits at the motherfucking rodeo, man. Like, it's a very, very odd place. But like I said, again, very funny that it's Black Night at the rodeo. That all this strange activities on Bronco. What's really going on? It was fucking Brokeback Mountain night at the fucking rodeo. You know, and I'm just like, man. And the thing is, again, like I say, you know, it's just crazy shit. And I don't, like I say again, because I guess that's what happened talking about tall motherfuckers. You got to be careful because you don't know nowadays. Who is that? Fucking Lou Nail said that shit. Motherfucker be having their hair, and then when the bitch look too goddamn good, hair and nails and all that shit be done. Motherfucker got a dick bigger than yours and shit. You know, you just never know these days. You really have no fucking idea, you know. But again, that's also a thing that you have to think about in damn. That's fucking crazy. Google moderator team. What the fuck is that? What the hell is a Google moderator team? I've never seen that shit ever in my life. I don't even know what you said. Well, I guess you can't say it again because it's suppressed. Wow. Wow. The Google moderator team. So I can't have my own mods. Now y'all bringing in other mods. Tis, man. Wow. You can't say that word now? Wow. That's gay. Google moderators. That's it. That's the lamest shit I've ever heard. Wow. Yep, there it goes. Really. But that's what I'm saying, man. Now I'm offended. Now I'm pissed off. That's super gay. Because here's the thing, dog. That's what I say, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't. Hold on. Listen. Let me boot this up real quick. I ain't got the Photoshop up. I need to save this. That's the lamest shit. Like, wow. You know, so you can say anything else. You can say anything else, but you can't say fag. But I'm wondering, because earlier, did that message get suppressed when it said something about smoking a fag? Did that message, excuse me, get suppressed? But my thing is this, man. Like, I'm highly offended. I'm highly offended because, you know, because let me tell you something. I was watching Big Mouth the other day with my old lady, and I pointed something out. I was like, you realize how on this cartoon, the little gay kid is the smart little sassy, you know, the little sassy, smart gay kid. It's never anything bad happens to him. It's never that he gets made fun of or anything like that. All the other kids have all kind of shit going on with him, all kind of weird shit. The only thing that happened to him, he was kind of treated at one point in the show like a little bit of an outcast because people thought they were trying to get all gay with him, and then it turns out he didn't get gay with one of them. But you realize you can joke about anything, but you can't joke about gays. You can joke about having gay activity. You can joke about motherfuckers doing gay stuff, but you can't insult it, you know, like in a negative fashion on TV. I mean, just watch. Just, you can say you can do the gayest shit, you can act the gayest way, but you can never really say or insult the gays. You can clown niggas, you can say all kind of nigga everything. You know what I'm saying? But you can't, you know, Texas have to lose for the Rocks and Astros, man. This is super fun, super crazy though. But the funny thing about it is, over here it doesn't say it, but on my other little chat that that I'm watching. Man, I should have lined them up so that they could. Let me see. I should have lined them up so that they both can. Yeah, let me see something here. Because I got on 2 screens, so I need to fucking line it up to where you can see. Let me see something right here. Just talking about being thick, being this, bipolar, that. Somebody said something about boy pussy. Okay, there we go right here. And then let's go. All right, go right here, right here. Print screen. Let me save a couple of things here. All right. I'm actually gonna save a couple of these. That's fucking whack as fuck. That shit is lame, dog. Like that's super lame. Let's go right here. And print screen, 'cause that's where all the bulk of them were right there. All right, cool. And I'm gonna post that on the fucking gram. They probably banned me from the gram for it too. No, you can't say that. That's fucking whack. All right. Anyway, so I wanted to just document that. That is fucking stupid. You know, that's what I say. Soon we gonna get this stuff right, and I'm gonna, you know, YouTube will just be a platform to build to my own arena where we can say whatever the fuck it is that we want to say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is craziness. Like, it's fucking crazy. The bot, yeah, the bot can't say anything. Can't do shit. This is what I'm saying. Like, because it's gays behind all the stuff, you know. And that's wow. That's crazy. That ruined my evening, you know. And anyway, we were fucking. That's fucking funny. You can say all this other shit. You can say anything else. It didn't live long. Oh, now I went back and the Jews. Now you can't. Oh, sorry, Heidi. No Jew bashing for you. Wow, that's great. That's grand. I gotta. I need to go see and check and see if there's like some settings or something that have, you know, that are allowing this type of stuff, because this is tomfoolery. It's never done any of that stuff before. It's the Russians, goddamn it. It is. But anyway, all off topic. You know, we can spend a whole few minutes on that. And I haven't even opened up the fucking den line. I'm gonna open up the den line here in just a second. Let me check something. Let me check something, because I am offended. I'm offended that I can't offend others, you know. But the funny thing about it is that you can say nigga, you can say all that other shit, but you can't say you say queer, because they accept queer. Queer is N-word is out. But queer is part of their thing because of their fucking, you know, they added that into their thing. You know what I mean? The you know, that LGBT QRP stuff. QSTF. But pretty soon the whole alphabet's gonna be pretty gay. You ain't gonna have no choices. You ain't gonna be able to say shit. Like, again, it's all craziness, man. It's just like, my thing is this though, it's not that I'm here to bash people like that or anything like that. Whatever you do with your life is your life. But again, I believe in equal treatment. And if you can insult one branch of society, all branches of society should be a fair game for, insults or whatever else you want to call it. But let's see if that has something to do with it. Let me see if I take this off. Save these changes. And yeah, that's very upsetting. All right. Turn the frogs. Said the N word of Google got it. But the thing about that, the funny thing about him saying that is that that's kind of partially true. And I was talking about that the other day about the estrogen that gets caught up in the water that can't be filtered out. And so it does have an effect on the fish, the frogs, and, the ecosystems around, especially lower income communities. Google nexus with the government. Yeah, they trust me. They'll keep track of all that shit. Y'all think it's a game. Like, here's the deal. A. Jones was crazy. Okay, he is crazy. But at the same time, some of the shit that he said was based on small amounts of truth. Now, he took it to the extreme with a lot of the shit that he did and said, but there were small nuggets of truth in what he was talking about. And people don't want you to hear that. People don't want you to believe that shit. And again, so, motherfuckers got to shut that shit down. But again, he'll be all right. One day, we're going to get the shit. Estrogen might not hurt y'all, Look, I don't need no tits, I can't do nothing with my own tits. I'm trying to get some frog tits. Now, look, little frog legs with little frog titties on my plate. I'm all right with that. All right. Ah, man, it's not looking good. What we got here? Okay, let's. All right, here's the deal. We'll open up the deadline for a little bit, and I can't believe it. That's wild, man. I'm very, very upset by this whole Google moderator team. We're gonna have to do some investigations. Yeah, we need to tell Trump he needs to make a law that doesn't allow Google to just go in here banning stuff. God damn it, Google will boot you offline. Yeah, they might. I can't even say frogs. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's craziness. Devontae, you're gonna get you banned. But again, it's the whole conservative, anti-conservative thing that they got going on. And again, Google is a very liberal company. I actually said that on accident at first, and I would go ahead and went ahead and stuck with it. But it's a very liberal company, because remember that guy, he put that thing out and they fired him, but everything he was saying was facts. So again, we're gonna keep on grinding until I get the sauce in the den on their own platforms, to where we don't have to worry about the opinions of Googleizers. But then they're gonna ban it from the Google search engine. Nobody will ever find your den, asshole. But until then, we shall carry on. So the deadline is open. We'll take some calls and things. We'll see what's really crack-a-lacking. I'm talking about online dating, or at least we were, until we were attacked from an outside entity known as the GMT. And that's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Um, but only on Thursday. Yeah, that's a motherfucker. But that's the kind of shit that motherfuckers are trying to make legitimate. Like, well, you know, you should ask somebody how they identify, and if they feel this way one day and they feel this way the other day, that they're like, look, I don't have time to deal with your fucking problems, you know, with your indecisions, you know, the Muslim, non-binary, gay, British, whatever. Like, hey, dude, that works a lot easier for me. Say, dude. I'm not going to identify all that other shit. That's not my pronoun. I ain't got time for pronouns, man. Like, that shit is ridiculous. Like, I don't have time to figure that shit out. I don't want to figure that shit out. Because honestly, like how some of these people want to be identified, that's probably like a longer conversation trying to figure out how they want to be identified than I want to have with them about anything. Honestly, you know. So, we've got a call coming in. All right, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? We'll take
the roles, but I wanted to talk about the topic of the day with internet dating, and is it dangerous? Besides, you know, people lying about how they look, the thing that I think that is most dangerous is that you don't really get an opportunity to know exactly who you're dealing with, because you don't really spend any real time with them. In my opinion, you have to actually be around someone physically for an extended amount of time to really get a feel for the type of person they are, identify their habits, and really get a sense of their psychiatric well-being. Because people can put on a facade when dealing with them primarily online. They can pretty much make themselves up to whoever they want to be, and you won't know that if you don't, you know, spend time with them. So that's the major con, in my opinion, about dating online.
Okay, I would definitely have to agree with you on that one. Definitely have to agree with you on that one, because that is one of the evils of the internet, that you can be whoever you want to be, and you shouldn't be. But I agree, man. I thank you for that call. It's a very good point, and we're gonna speak on that a little bit more. Appreciate the call.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Very interesting. I believe that was T. Charlie. I kind of had the audio was a little messed up at first, but that's what it sounds like. So I'm assuming. If not, then we have somebody new. But I'm assuming that is T. Charlie. But my thing is, yeah, absolutely. You do have to be around people. You have to have a feel for people, you know, because, you know, online, you can pull off that facade. They could be fucking murdering kittens while they're sitting there texting you and telling you about how great of a person they are and all the philanthropy that they do in society. You have no idea who you are dealing with. Okay, well, I'm assuming, you know, the audio was a little messed up at first as I was trying to get it fixed. That was on my end. How did Martin not get around? But my thing is, you know, that's a very valid point, though, because, again, you don't know who you're dealing with. Anybody can say anything about themselves, you know. What was that commercial that had came out a while back, and it was like, most said he was like a French model or something. It was like a big fat dude, and just little crazy shit. I mean, you can be, you can do anything. I was gonna beat somebody with a bat, German style. But you know, my thing is, you do have to have those experiences with someone. And online dating can, and I'm sure there's people who've had great stories from coming together from online dating, but I think if I was to assume, I would say that there's a lower percentage of successful outcomes from online dating than not, because people are putting on fronts. People have intentions. They have ulterior motives when they go into the situation. You know, I know niggas. I used to be one of them type of niggas. Niggas will lie and say anything just to get some draws, just to get some ass. And and females will be feeling one particular way about it, or and then end up being upset about it. Or dudes will think a chick is something that she's not quite that, expecting that he's dealing with some type of princess or some shit, and this bitch is the Wicked Witch of the West. You know what I mean? It's just it's a crazy thing. You might start catfishing those online. Look, call it Slewfoot Sue. But my thing is, you say you've been captured for the bitch ain't getting in contact with me anymore. Y'all ever see that one? Y'all ever see that one with the what was it, like the little meme or whatever? He's like, man, this bitch catfished me, but she got some weed and she pretty cool, so I'm gonna chill or something like that. That shit was fucking hilarious. I'm upset by the Google moderator team, the GMT, that this has just come out of nowhere. This is like something that just had recently has gotten started. I guess this is their form of combating online bullying. We got a call coming in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's up? This is Anthony, man.
Anthony, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den this evening?
Man, I kind of want to ask you a question. I'm stemming off this topic. Like, who does it benefit most online dating? Is it men or women?
Oh man, that's a good question. I'm gonna probably say it benefits men more so than women. Now, both of them are provided more opportunities, but I think dudes who normally wouldn't shoot their shot in public or in person feel a little bit more confident to shoot at a variety of women and just see who's going to respond, as opposed to really taking real risk and going and meeting physically, because they don't want to be physically embarrassed. In person or online, women are always going to have a lot more people shooting at them, trying to get at them just because they're female. Just shit, if they got titties, it's just going to happen. So I think that it's easier access for both, but I think that men probably benefit more in the long run, or men who are not as outgoing or forward in real life. So I think those types benefit more so than the other.
Yeah, I think they get to control the aspect on how many men can come at them and which ones they can choose. But the thing is, for me, is that I don't think that they are used to being in that position of being able to choose. Normally a guy is choosing them, and they got to decide on the fly if they're gonna concede and either give a number or go ahead with the conversation. But I think they get hit up so many times online that it kind of takes away the woman seeing that this man has any kind of alpha mentality online versus just saying words online. Because you can spit game all day online without tripping up because you typing shit. When it's face to face and that chemistry ain't vibing there, then she kind of can feel you out and kind of dismiss your ass real quick. So I think it benefits men mostly because they don't have that pressure to actually succeed in the moment.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. Excuse me. Definitely agree.
But thanks, man. Thanks for taking the time. Good topic.
All right, man. Appreciate you calling in, man. Man, good call, man. You're not lying. He's absolutely right that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta know how it is to troll. So my thing is this. You gotta. Very good point that Anthony brought up, man, because men do have a clear advantage with online dating, because guys, again, like I said, guys who may not be that confident in real life, when there's no immediate repercussions, there's no public embarrassment or anything of that sort to kick their ego. then they're going to continue to carry on. And again, you'll see a lot of those the same guys that get mad because if a chick is not interested in them online, then she becomes bitches, cunts, and you're ugly whore anyway, and all that other stuff, But these guys wouldn't be willing to do the same thing in real life. So I think that you have a very good point. A very good point on that one. So shout out to Anthony for the call, man. I think that was a good call, man. I think so. I think that was a good one, man. Y'all over here getting look. See, online, Heidi can be whoever she claims to be. She claims to be an Astros prognosticator, and she's lying to you all. Yeah, and that's the thing too, because and that's what you get too. You get women who may not be that attractive in real life, may not be that confident with themselves in real life, but online in their room or wherever they are, they can take all kind of pictures, or they can, you'll be seeing motherfuckers who will go to the fucking dressing rooms and take pictures in clothes that they don't even own and shit, and be posting that type of shit online, and they can try to fake and be something that they're not. Motherfuckers be on vacations and other stuff that they had nothing to do with, and they're single independent ladies, but then it's really, again, sugar daddy is the one that's done did it, and to set up the whole situation. So I think it's all right, Devontae, that's a bit. So again, like I say, it's a whole lot of situations into where women can also thrive and also benefit. It'd be real sad. The Astros got to do something, man. They got to beat that fan up. And that's what they got to do. Like that fan who fucked the game up earlier, they got to go ahead and put the. They're gonna have to catch him after the game, put them hands on him. But again, like I say, it's just a situation where you're playing the odds, because you're not guaranteed to get what you're thinking you're gonna get out of the situation whenever you are going online. You can hope that you're meeting someone genuine. You can hope that you're talking to someone genuine. You can hope that they are what they say they are. But again, you never know. Motherfuckers be using 10-year-old pictures and shit. See, nowadays you gotta look at the quality. Look, that picture look like that bitch took that hoe on one of them old motherfucking the little fucking square digital cameras that you used to be able to get. I got one around here somewhere. Motherfucker be 1.2 megapixels and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit be looking fucking just full of artifacts and all weird compared to the shit nowadays, But you just never know. You just never know. Motherfuckers be taking pictures. Oh, they be posting pictures they took on the flip phones and shit. But it is what it is. You just never know what you're truly dealing with. All right, Balin, that's a bet. You never know what you're dealing with whenever you when you venture into the arena of yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the bad shit. Motherfuckers sending you a picture talking about it's a filter on that bitch. That's just a vintage filter. No, bitch, that's an old picture of you, bitch, when you was in fucking high school and you trying to use that on your dating profile. Bitch be 60 years old using pictures of when she was in her 30s and shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make that shit look like it's something it ain't. So that's the craziness, man. And that's a bet, Baker, man. Yes. Hoe it up. Blow it up and hoe it up. But again, like I say, online dating, it's a whole crazy arena, and I think that ultimately you got to be careful one way or the other, because it's just crazy now. But I think you have a serious simp situation when it comes to online dating, because I remember a motherfucking article that was posted about this broad, and I think she was in America, and she basically posted on there, who will give me money to pay my parking ticket? I got a ticket today or something like that. And and a motherfucker from Australia sent her the money to pay the ticket. Never met her, never spoke with her. Probably the bitch didn't even say thank you. Motherfucker sent her the money to fucking, man. Some other shit I saw. again, and this only works for women, a bitch put on Twitter to Venmo me $1, and if I can get 20,000 people to do this, for whatever it is, and tell me why this bitch got $20,000 from people sending her a Venmo, $1. Venmo, each of them Venmoing her $1, and it happened within like 2 or 3 days. Just because she posted some old random ass shit on Twitter. She wasn't even she don't even got that many followers and shit like that. Just posted some random ass shit. And motherfuckers will do it. A dude post some shit like that, he'll tell you, goddamn nigga, go get a motherfucking job, nigga. And she was talking about I'm a college student, something. Like, it just doesn't work for men that way. And she wasn't even all that, honestly. Honestly, that was not that attractive. Like, not that, man, obviously that shit is a booming business too. You know what I'm saying? Nudes are free, but motherfuckers, like, that shit is a booming business apparently, because private Snapchats and fucking premium Snapchats and fucking and fucking weird shit like that. They got all kind of shit nowadays for these hoes to fucking sell their shit. But because again, I was reading something and it was a fucking the bitch basically makes it. But again, these hoes don't even really be making no money like this. Like, bitch, you might as well go to fucking Mickey D's. You know what I'm saying? You just want to fuck. That's all the fuck it is. Here's the deal. Like, the motherfucker, was complaining about, motherfuckers complain that, I'm charging $20 for one of my clips, but, you got to take 40% out because the studio's taking that, and then they're taking 40% out for taxes, and then, I'm only getting 20% or some crazy shit, or like 20-30%. I'm like, well, damn, I mean, there's definitely has to be a better way to go about doing that. So you telling me, like, off a fucking $20 fucking clip, you getting, $4, maybe $5. Excuse me, pardon me. So it's just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is really going on? I say, I don't know what you pay for it. Yeah, so I mean, if you only getting $6 a clip, and motherfuckers ain't really spending with you like that because it is what it is. Like, maybe you need to find another profession, because you basically working for minimum wage. If you're not selling a couple of hundred clips at a time, and then these motherfuckers are bouncing here and there, going around, wherever, doing these scenes, get a couple of $100 a scene, because they're not making no thousands like that, because there's too many bitches doing fucking porn. You know what I mean? It's like, there's not going to be that. That's funny. That might be the funniest thing you said. But again, the thing about it is just like, they're not going to profit very well, because then again, you got to think about the ones that aren't, really doing it. So the thing is, like, they motherfucking me are working regular jobs and doing porn. It's like, shit, why are you even doing the porn? Like, what do you get there? You just want to validate yourself for being a whore. I mean, just fuck if you want to fuck. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? My thing is, I feel like if you're going to be a hoe, just be a hoe. But if not, then I don't understand it, because like I said, I'm trying to figure out the reason why you would go through all that stuff, put yourself out there like that, and do these things, because you're not profiting off, you're not winning on it. Unban Jay Bird, no. My thing about it is, I'll give you an honest appraisal. I'll be very, very honest about it. That's all I can be. Y'all already know where. If we're talking ass, there's an ass scale, and You know, the scales may be different, so you got to think about all of this stuff. But my thing about it is you got to think about, you know, is there like some potential for blowing up maybe? You know what I mean? Like you got to. I mean, just like even like saying with the YouTube and stuff, you start off and, you know, you might have 1 or 2 people watching your stuff. I mean, like at the sauce, it really wasn't nobody watching it at first, you know, and then it grew and it grew as, you know, you put in more and more work, more and more people fuck with it as you start getting more consistent with things. And I'm wondering if that's what they're hoping for or what it is. Ultimately, I really honestly don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. You say you don't care what other accounts you ban, unban my main. Let's see. I think you're on your worst behavior on your Jaybird account. We'll see if you'll trade this account. Now we trading banned accounts. I'll take a look at it. I'll see what's up. I'll see what's up with it. They don't even prostitute, but that's what I'm saying. You know, Pimp C said it, man. Pimping ain't dead. It's just moved to the web. But I mean, so there's lots of people. Again, just the way these motherfuckers we just talking about, the way the motherfuckers was talking, they're hoeing to the well, not hoeing, but they be trying to talk to the cheerleaders and shit like they really gonna get a response. You know, they fucking don't they don't motherfucking mean. These hoes motherfucking getting paid. I guess somebody's doing it because you see these things like they have the Amazon wish list. They have the premium Snapchat accounts. And the crazy thing about that, because I guess you got motherfuckers, I don't know. I really don't know because I've seen it because like I say, you know, I was like, is this a lucrative business model? Like, I told you when I was doing some of the adult affiliate stuff, you just look and see what motherfuckers are doing. And again, some of them, you know, are charging, you know, $20 a month for, or some of them 10, some of them 5 for their access to their premium Snapchat accounts. But then you have people who are charging $25 fucking for a lifetime account, a lifetime of the premium Snapchat. Like, so you're talking about basically the more that you do, the less overall you've actually benefited off that. I mean, the value of that goes down month to month to month, you know? And it's craziness. So how much of the blame goes to that Astros fan who grabbed that ball? How much is that of that goes on that for the Astros losing this game? But well, the one that we saw grab the ball, no telling which other ones were doing what, no whatchamacallit. Injuries. No, it's not bueno. Yeah, I know Altuve is not 100%. You know, that's harmful. And then motherfuckers keep running the walls and shit looking like Wile E. Coyote and shit. So no, that's not helping anything. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's Houston for you, man. These motherfuckers like, and this is what I talk about. That's what we was talking about in the South, man. Houston fans, dog, they're notoriously bandwagony. Like, don't appreciate nothing. Have all these high expectations, but aren't willing to ride it out with you. You know what I mean? And that's the crazy shit about it. That's the crazy shit about it. But for some reason, they would stick with these fucking Texans through fucking thick and thin, you know. But fucking have two's afraid to score 3. Crazier things have happened. And so I find it very unfortunate, man. I find it extremely unfortunate that this type of stuff is going on. But here's the deal. We're gonna wrap it up here. And get all the old Astros. Get those old Astros out of here. Fucking Hall of Famer piece of shits. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna call it the evening in the den. I'm gonna get some things going. Hey man, again, if you're on Facebook, make sure you check the link below and join the Den Facebook group, like the Den Facebook page. I've been posting a little bit earlier in the Facebook group. And I know a lot of people don't still use Facebook, but it is what it is. If you do, I'm suggesting, you know, you join the Den Facebook group because we're going to, you know, I'm kind of getting the conversation going a little bit earlier in that way. Only thing that I'm gonna do with that, but if you just use like a weird account with no face pictures, I probably won't invite you because I'm gonna try to kind of keep those accounts out of there. Try to keep it if you know you actually a real account and you actually have real conversation. You know, keep some type of merit to it or something. I don't know. But wow, Beaner got wow. Oh my God! It's time for me to get on the grind. I gotta, like I said, I gotta put more effort into the den. We gotta figure out. We're gonna get it to we gotta get it to its own platform so that we can have our freedoms of speech, and do it how it does. So, you know, you gotta. I can't believe it. Fucking take out Bean. You can't say shit. So again, make sure you share the den with friends. Tell somebody you know about it, and you know, make that shake. But with that being said, I appreciate all of you. I thank y'all for coming through. But at this time, I'm going to ask you to please exit the premises in an orderly fashion. I'm chunking up the deuce, and I'm out.